The Halo universe is filled with wonder, mystery, and fascinating discoveries around every corner. With so much to explore, four friends decided it was about time that they booted up their consoles and discussed this universe that has grabbed their attention since childhood. JumperScape Audio kindly welcomes you to join them in the library.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to The Library, the show where we talk about Halo lore, and most importantly, it's our 1-year anniversary, baby!
Please like and subscribe.
Like, subscribe, follow, leave review.
Drop a 5-star on Spotify.
What they said.
Send us stuff in the P.O.
Go
box.
on Discord and give me
in
a
the
big
P.O.
wet
box.
kiss.
What's the P.O. box address
Join
again?
the
Hold
Discord.
on.
You would know.
I would if I remembered it. Hold on, I'm gonna grab that real quick.
Do we need
The 1-year anniversary. Thanks, guys. Here's every plug possible.
No, listen, what we should do, like, I don't know, you can include this or not. Like, if we wanted to do like a whiteboard at some point, so like it helps like read like at the start of every video, like here's the P.O. box, here's like the
That'll happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think
it'll either
that'd be
a
helpful.
whiteboard or it'll be just an actual sick graphic made by one of our team members at JumperScape Media LLC, JumperScape.com.
Shout out. Shout out.
P.O. Box is JumperScape Media, P.O. Box 1122, Massillon, Ohio 44648. Send us cool stuff. Or as Shane likes to say a lot when we talk about...
Send us free stuff.
That's not what you say. You say it almost like that, just one word off. Do I have to...
Send us free.
Send us free shit. Thank you. Okay.
Same thing. I was so confused.
There's more weight. There's
Send
more
us free
You could send any. You could send a Slim Jim.
Ooh.
I like Slim Jims.
Depending on how long it would take to get here, maybe not send us Slim Jims.
Honestly, anytime we have stuff in the P.O. box, it just feels like Christmas
To be
morning
honest-
all over again.
You know how long Slim Jims spend in trucks anyway,
You know what I would love?
and on the shelf at a grocery store.
I would love getting spam mail in the P.O. box. And I'm saying like packages with spam, the product, the food.
Let's not do
Please
that.
don't sign up our P.O. box for any subscription magazines
Oh my god.
That would be terrible.
like Sports Illustrated.
I don't
Yeah,
like that one.
I got a Sports Illustrated membership. I have no idea where it came from.
You guys can sign us up for Game Informer magazines, though, if that's still a
Sick.
thing.
It is.
Is it?
It's barely there, but yeah.
I mean, at least it's there.
I trust the P.O. box, Slim Jim.
I used to like live and die by them Game Informer magazines.
Oh my
That's
God,
how I
I
got
know.
all my gamer news.
Yep. Other than like
Gamer
YouTube or the Xbox
I
360 homepage.
I just like the illustrations.
Connor just likes the
I mean, I
He likes
also
the
just look
pretty
at the pictures.
pictures.
I remember getting the issue about Fallout New Vegas before New Vegas came out, and just looking at the picture, being like, "That looks cool," and then I've never played it.
Supposedly it's the best.
Supposedly, but
Although there's
Fallout,
the
if you ask
Fallout
people-
4 in Vegas,
if you ask people in the Fallout community who don't think it's the best, they'll tell you the people who think it's the best are the most insufferable people imaginable.
My favorite thing is to watch Fallout fans eat each other over Fallout 3 in New Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh man. So
I'm sorry. I was gonna
shout out
say.
to the TV show
yeah, for actually, trying.
doing what? Staying loyal to the game. It's crazy. It's almost like staying loyal to a game when you make a TV adaptation. It's almost like it actually
Listen,
works.
Shane, you can't say that. There's only
No, I
been
can.
4 other successful game adaptation shows.
Only 4. That's crazy.
Or how about when the actors take time to play all the games and then do the show?
Did they
Yeah.
actually do that?
One of them did for sure. Yeah.
That's freaking awesome. I mean,
Pedro Pascal did for Last of Us.
that's awesome. See, here's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
One of the reasons why Ackerson is my favorite in the TV show, aside from the fact that he's the best character in the show, is the fact that the actor actually was a diehard Halo fan and had played through all the campaigns multiple times.
Lit.
Yep,
Nice.
he's great. Love him.
I didn't know that.
So today, though,
Halo Wars.
yeah, thanks,
Halo
man.
Wars.
Join the Discord, hang out with us, discord.gg/JumperScape.
Halo
Support us.
Halo Wars.
Keep the show alive because it could, at any moment, taxes. Boom.
What?
Our show's gone.
Taxes. The way the economy goes, taxes.
Dude,
Bang.
I'm being for real. I got a bonus this year, right? My bonus, taxes took 30%.
Yep, sounds about right.
I was like, oh, okay. That's why we threw the river. That's what we did it
That's
for.
why the tea's in the harbor.
So not a fan of that. But if anything like that happens, it's super nice to have Patreon to back us up. So patreon.com/JumperScape. It's gotten us out of a tough spot quite a few times, including Connor's headphones that broke one time for fire reasons.
I wasn't there.
No, thankfully. I would have been worried you would try to slap the fire to get it out.
Whoopsie.
I would have loved to have seen how I would have handled that.
Knowing how you handled the bee last week.
Dude, I smacked the shit out of that dude.
I don't know. You lost it. I'm sitting here sweating bullets the entire show because I'm allergic. I'm like looking around. I had the creepy crawlies for like an hour. It felt like was crawling. There's bugs in my skin. I didn't like it.
I don't even think I smashed it. I just think the impact from my hand.
I think
Are we talking about that bee?
We gonna do this right now?
Stop. I knew you were kidding. You're a bad liar.
No,
I can see it in your eyes and the way you said it in your voice.
I'd say, I'd say being a bad liar is more of a strength than a weakness.
it's a good thing.
Okay, it's a good
Within
thing.
reason.
It's a good thing.
Yes.
It really bites you in the ass when you're playing Among Us.
I actually, for some reason in Among Us, I have a sway with people. Especially people who don't know me. I think it's easier to lie over voice than it is over, like, in person.
Could you tell this is a Halo podcast?
Sorry.
Halo Wars.
So here's the thing. We're talking Halo Wars today, but stay tuned for this Thursday as well, because this Thursday we'll be going back and looking at the last year of Halo and JumperScape as well. There'll be lots of stuff to talk about, and we'll be doing a lot of audience interaction stuff as usual, answering Q&A, reading reviews, all of the stuff that we normally do. So stay tuned for Thursday. It'll be a good time. But for now, Halo Wars. Bum, 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 bum. What a good song. What a good game.
The soundtrack is a banger.
And now the thing is that James and Connor at least played the demo.
Yeah,
James, I don't know
that's
if
it.
you've actually played Halo Wars.
I've never touched either game in my life.
It's really unfortunate to hear that, because the thing is that the way that I would put Halo Wars is it's one of the best RTS of all time because it doesn't have all of the RTS BS. It is an arcade built, structured, and
Coated with
supported.
a paint of Halo.
It's basically like games on average will last 15 minutes if you really know what you're doing, and most RTS games cannot say that.
Are we talking Halo Wars in general or Halo Wars 1?
Both of them.
Both of them. Okay.
Wars
cool.
2 even faster. I finished a game last night in 5 minutes.
Okay. I was gonna say, when you said Halo Wars, I didn't know if like you meant like Halo Wars 1 or if like we were talking both Halo Wars.
Oh,
games.
if I'm talking both, I'll just say Halo Wars. Just
Okay.
collective.
Okay.
You know,
I like that.
I-
Makes it a little easier to chat about.
I feel like I need to give RTSs a fair shake because granted, the last strategy game I played was a grand strategy game. And I just got overwhelmed and quit in 5 minutes. I tried to play Hearts of Iron.
Yeah, it's definitely not that.
And
I mean, that's kind of Halo Wars multiplayer. I remember a little while back, me and Austin tried to play Halo Wars multiplayer. We were with somebody. We might have been with David.
Yeah.
And we got absolutely ran through. Like they didn't even like do it in like a fun way. It's just they warthog rushed
the
us.
the aim of the game is to rush. That is kind of how Halo Wars plays.
It was
if
a
you're playing multiplayer.
It was a super broken and boring. Like almost, I want to say almost exploit. Just build your resources and send every warthog you have before your opponent gets set. Like we were sitting here thinking, like, oh, we're getting so many resources, our base is built up. Nope. Within 5 minutes, we had probably about 40 to 50 warthogs on our doorstep just killing
And
us.
that's the thing, is that Halo Wars is structured to be. It's not supposed to be a game like Age of Empires or Fight Me first of all, or Civilization, where it takes a long time to build up and you have all this time and you can't win right off rip. Halo Wars is designed to be. You have to be efficient. You have to be quick. You have to know exactly what you're doing. You have to know your set. And so if you have a hero, you have to make sure you build for that hero, and it's ridiculous. Recently, I found out that Halo Wars 2 actually has a option to turn off leader powers. It changes everything.
That's kind of cool because
It changes everything.
because that kind of makes it more of an even matchup.
It does.
And you can kind of just like, who has the better strategy and who like acts quicker and who, is smarter overall.
The thing is that it's totally possible. The only thing is that it does add like 3 hours to the game session.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, yes, like certain, like 3 hours, I will admit is a bit overkill if it truly would be 3 hours, but I like like longer matches. Like compare. This is kind of different, but like take Battlefield for example. Like it's so rewarding when you win after like a really really back and forth long match. But it's also like absolutely devastating to play like an hour and a half just to lose. It is one of the worst feelings. So I mean, again, like Battlefield is like, I don't know, just a random example, but I mean the principle still applies.
You and me should play Civ 6 at some point.
Okay.
It'd be so much fun.
Okay.
I have a game on that's been going on for over 1,000 turns, and the game takes 15 minutes to load each turn.
Oh my god.
It's really funny. So anyway, Halo Wars, the plot. What is the plot of Halo Wars? I'll tell you, because summaries are how we should have been starting these.
Nah.
So Halo Wars basically, what is it? It's January 25th, 2531. I don't know if that's actually the day, but I think it is.
Close enough.
The cutscenes are cool.
The cutscenes are awesome because they're animated by Blur.
They're beautiful. Blur does such a good job.
They're beautiful animators. So basically, Harvest. It's the second battle of Harvest. Humanity is getting clapped. But the Spirit of Fire is here to help until they realize that the Covenant are trying to find something. And so they end up going into this artifact chamber that the Covenant opened up. And Regret is there, and he's like, the humans are coming here, blow this place up. And the Arbiter is like, but I don't understand. And they set the charges anyway. Humans stop it, though. Everything is fine. And they find out where the Covenant is going. They're going to some random planet. They're going to Arcadia. Whoa. So they go to Arcadia, and then Anders gets kidnapped. Rip? Bozo? And so then the Spirit of Fire chases because they don't want to lose their top scientist. She's great. So they go and chase her down. And when they finally get to her, they find out that they're on a freaking shield world. Is anyone else freaked out by the fact that we're inside the planet, says Serena? And so that's the first time we ever see a shield world, way before Halo 4, by the way. So Bungo really had an idea there.
Bungo?
So this shield world, they run into the Covenant. Unsurprising, they followed them here. But they also run into the Flood.
The Flood.
And the Flood is kind of just there. They're kind of just being, hey, it's Halo.
Hey, it is.
The Flood is here.
Yep.
That's kind of the whole point of them being there.
So the Flood, the Flood make an appearance before CE. I knew this, but I'm just curious.
Yeah.
How do they get around that?
Spirit of Fire is currently way outside of the Galactic Center. And way outside of comms range. So it ends with that shield world getting destroyed, right? They get the shield world.
So there was no Covenant survivors.
No Covenant survivors.
Okay.
Except Regret, but Regret was, what is he going to do? He's already lying.
Okay.
And as for the humans, I mean, Spirit of Fire gets lost with all hands out in the middle of space because they use the FTL drive of the Spirit of Fire to blow up the planet to begin with. So there's no getting back home for them. My wife is descending. Hello. She has a plate. What is this?
I would say that they're made with love, but they're made with frustration because those cookie cutters suck.
Oh. Cookies. Are they Halo cookies?
Yeah, at least they're supposed to be. Those ones are the prettiest ones.
Okay,
the rest
so
are blobs.
got you. Oh no.
Oh no, you broke the pretty one.
Okay, so there's that one. Okay, here, have a Master Chief helmet cookie. Here, have a Master Chief helmet.
Oh, thank you.
Cookie.
Thank you,
Hand that
Cheyenne.
one. Hand that one to Connor. Oh no.
You know what? How about this? Just give her
Pass the plate.
I was gonna say give her the plate and then have her pass it down to me.
Okay.
You're giving me this in pieces.
Here you go.
I don't get to see what it looks like.
Okay, guys, get this.
Oh, they're good.
I need a weapon.
You're a dork.
Oh, this is good though.
They're very good.
There's more upstairs if you want me to bring them all down. I just figured
Sir.
I'd bring the pretty ones for now.
I mean, I
Giving
might
the
want more.
Covenant back their diabetes.
Giving the
I'm actually gonna want more. I'm not gonna lie.
It is good. Very good.
It's really good cookie.
The rest are ugly blobs.
That's okay.
That's
They're
fine.
tasty, ugly
So am I.
blobs.
We call those the flood ones.
What'd you say to me?
Man, these are good. Okay, so anyway,
There's nothing like a blue moon in a Halo cookie.
the planet gets blown up because they can't let the Covenant get their hands on Forerunner ships that are dormant there.
Sure they can.
So they blow it up. Sergeant Ford just lost. But not before he killed an Arbiter, the only human to ever do that. Mostly because that Arbiter was kind of an idiot, but he was
Turn around and say that to my face. Something like
as
that.
you wish.
Man, yeah, I say that. I knew that for some reason.
The dumbest thing in the world is just like the most made way to go out as an Arbiter into like just your average Joe Marine, like no Spartan, no ODST. I think it sent a good message to the player. I mean, I may be overthinking it, like, hey, like they may be tough and badass, but they're not invincible. Like they have their flaws.
How perfect, since the next game that came out was ODST. Mm-hmm. I'm sure that had nothing to do with each other, honestly, but
Probably didn't.
and then they named a whole game mode after Sergeant Forge. They really did, and they came out a
Custom
year
games.
His name,
Oh, finally, named
Sergeant Custom Games.
after Sergeant Forge, named got given the game mode theater.
Griffball.
My name is Griffball Forge.
So that's Halo Wars. It's honestly really it's a really easy to follow story. The gameplay is the thing that really takes the most time, but even then, speedrunners, including yours truly, can beat this game ridiculously fast. It's not even that hard. It's ridiculously easy. Even the mission where you have to protect those ships in Arcadia, the transport ships, you only have to protect one.
I still need to play the modded version with you. I have it.
Yep, it's
I have it. It
ridiculous.
has been sitting dormant in my PC since I got my PC.
We got to try it because
do.
I'm telling you, it'd be hilarious. There's so much to it, and if we play it the way that, whenever we do co-op Halo Wars, we like to do it where one guy is in control of base building and anything that has to do with economy, and the other guy controls the army. So then there's no crossing the streams. 2 plates? Oh my gosh!
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
This might need to be away from me. I'm gonna inhale it.
That's a plasma pistol. I know it anywhere. What?
Yeah,
I don't know. It was just
two of these were plasma pistols, and 2 of them were supposed to be Guilty Spark. Then there's a blob. And
Flood
then those
form.
are the ones where I gave up with the cookie cutters and just made them circles.
I'm sorry that they didn't work.
These are the flood. We've got the flood form plate.
Okay, have fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.
No.
By the way, Odd Duck Crochet.
What?
She offered and Odd Duck Crochet. My wife is Odd Duck. She makes crochet Huragok, and now she offers crochet crochet flood plushies.
That's awesome.
Blood plush.
Odd Duck Crochet on Etsy. Go look her up.
Okay.
Order her. Order her.
It's not free, but order her.
Now,
Sorry, we're eating cookies. Judge us.
there's really good stuff. Halo Wars actually offered a system that I talked about before that I kind of forgot that Halo Wars offered alongside Combat Evolved Anniversary in its own way. So Halo Wars actually had a lore section, including a full timeline.
What do you mean a lore set, like in the menu?
Yeah, the lore.
I think
it
I
had a whole-
remember. Isn't there like a timeline type deal?
Yep, it had a timeline.
So I kind of remember it.
of the whole Human Covenant War and a little bit before the Covenant War.
Yep, I remember.
It's wonderfully detailed. I don't know any of it off the top of my head because I haven't really looked in that menu in a long time, but the sheer fact that it exists is just amazing. But like I said, Halo Wars' story isn't really anything that can be explained in detail because there's not much to it. But
At least Halo Wars 1. Halo Wars 2 goes in a bit of a different direction.
a very interesting direction.
Yeah, which, I mean, obviously set up Halo Infinite, but I think Halo Wars 2 has a lot more story aspects to
Especially if you play Awakening the Nightmare.
it. Yeah.
That
Oh
one
my
was-
god. I don't think. Oh no, I did play that with you. I did. I was gonna say I didn't, but I did. I
It
remember.
was
now.
so freaking good.
Yes, it is. It is great. The cutscenes are also amazing. I love the cutscenes.
We'll talk about that when we get there. Now for gameplay and all of that, sort of describing what that's all like, because basically by this point I'm just selling the game to you, James. For multiplayer, there are 6 heroes you can choose from. There's Captain Cutter. He's got ODSTs, basically the most overpowered hero in the game, kind of, at least for the humans. Then there's Professor Anders. Her thing is she can upgrade her Hornets into Hawks, which are basically, it's like a Hornet, except it fires Gauss rifles, and it's freaking awesome. Then,
I don't want to go down this rabbit hole right now.
what?
Why aren't they in Halo Infinite?
Oh,
I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to go. There's so many cool vehicles in Halo Wars 1 and 2 that I thought for sure were going to be in Halo Infinite. and we don't even get like half of, if any. I don't think we get any vehicles in Halo Infinite that are in Halo. I mean, other than like Scorpion and Warthog, like basic stuff, but like nothing.
None of the cool stuff.
Yeah, like what the? I mean, you see a Condor in a cutscene, and but it's like scrapped when they're looking for, like, it was part of the reveal trailer a few years back.
Yep.
If you remember that, Fernando references one that's crashed, and Chief's like, "We'll go look when I'm back together." That's like the biggest, and you can go walk around and look at it, but like you don't have access to use one, and it's a shame. It absolutely sucks.
Hey there, Halo fans. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with our friends right after these messages.
The vehicle sandbox in Halo Wars is some of the best, like, is the best in the franchise, but it's just not in the version we want it to be, and it really, really sucks.
I would love to have a Locust, like a lot.
I just want all of them.
The Locust, I don't, if you guys don't know, the Locust is basically a baby Scarab. Ooh. It's one single passenger, one driver, and it just fires a focused beam.
Give me the Grizzly.
I want the Grizzly so bad.
Give me the Grizzly.
Which, speaking of, Forge is the hero that has the Grizzly. And the Grizzly is, I mean, it's awesome, but in Halo Wars, once you actually figure out how to counter it, it's actually really easy to counter hunters for the most part. But then you get the Covenant leaders. They are interesting because the difference between the two is the Covenant have access to hero units. The UNSC only has access to Spartans, and then they have their leader abilities, like they can call in MAC rounds and stuff like that.
Covenant, in atmosphere.
Yeah. In atmosphere. That was the thing that was funny to me, was when playing Reach for the first time, and he goes, "MAC rounds in atmosphere." I'm like, yeah, I did it all the time. What do you mean? It's completely normal. But the Covenant, they have 3 heroes. There's the Arbiter.
I need a hero.
You get to use the Arbiter. And his thing is called Rage. Basically, you just hit Y on him once his ability is ready, and he goes ballistic. And he goes faster. He hits harder. He can attack aerial aircraft. Like, he'll jump from the ground
from
up.
the ground about 100 feet.
Hulk?
He'll go grab, like, if there's like a condor or like a banshee, something, whatever he's fighting, he will literally jump like 100 feet in the air and just hide. It's insane. I try to like look at it from like a first person shooter perspective. Like, imagine if you've seen that in like in a base Halo game. You see the Arbiter just jump up.
I would lose my
hijack a Phantom.
Dude, if I see that and he has no jetpack on, I'm running. I'm done.
His leg strength must be unreal. That vertical is insane.
He's going to kick your torso from your body. He'll kick you in the torso, and you'll just be nothing but arms and legs and a head.
Yeah, he's so hard to take down. But the harder one to take down, in my opinion, is the Brute Chieftain, another one of the heroes. The Brute Chieftain. First of all, obviously has a massive health pool and does a lot of damage with his gravity hammer.
Of course.
But he has another ability that I think is called the Gravity Well. And the Gravity Well is awesome. Basically, you hit Y again because it activates the powers. And this sort of black hole sort of thing will form around his hammer, and you can freely move it around in a radius around him. And it's really, really wide radius. If you attack units, vehicles, or buildings with it, instead of just killing them or destroying them, it will pick up pieces of the debris and attach it on with electricity. And if you do it right, you could even use the Gravity Well, start using your thumbstick to spin it, and you'll just have this tornado of debris spinning in circles like a wash cycle. But instead of washing clothes, it's annihilating armies. And it's ridiculous. I actually remember the one and only time I ever played PvP against Bryant way back in the day was me playing as the Chieftain, and he had no idea how to counter it. I didn't make any units aside from the Chieftain, and I won.
Oh my god.
He had no idea how to counter. He didn't know that the UNSC had a tool that basically is just called a disruption field or something. You drop it on a Covenant hero, and it'll disrupt their ability, and they can't use it while they're in the range. It's ridiculously useful, but he didn't know it existed, unfortunately.
Don't forget about, I think this is Halo Wars 2, but somehow, some way, Johnson returned.
That's going to be a conversation for later because that is Halo Wars 2.
Okay. I didn't know if that was Halo Wars 1 or 2.
Listen, man, we just talked about Johnson's death. I don't want to get into him coming back yet.
Oh, well.
To be fair, we basically skimmed it.
Yeah.
I cried.
I cried.
I did.
It was definitely fake.
No.
He fakes tears.
No.
What a crocodile.
No. What?
what a crocodile.
You know crocodile tears?
No.
You're a swamp puppy.
It's a term.
I don't know about that.
You don't
You
know
never
about
heard
crocodile tears? It's
Am I
basically fake
supposed to?
crying. I mean, it's common terminology.
It's common to who?
Everyone
world.
but you, I guess.
I just never heard it before. I've never heard it.
That's shocking.
All right, everyone in the Discord, if you've heard of the term crocodile tears, you know what to do. Just throw it in there.
Flame him.
Flame him, throw it in the chat. I just want to know you guys know about it because I know this is a common
Listen,
thing.
I hope that the Patreon people have more people in the garage this time, Shane. Just because.
Oh, no, I handled that.
I don't think so.
I handled it.
I don't think so.
They're not there no more.
You would like to think so.
I just came from my house.
Oh no! I didn't mean it like that.
I wondered why they weren't replying.
I took care of them.
So the last hero with Halo Wars is the Prophet of Regret.
Regret.
And he has a really entertaining ability. First of all, his chair is his weapon. It fires hunter blasts. It's really funny. But his ability is a glassing beam that can last a ridiculously long time. In the future, in Halo Wars 2, the glassing beam becomes more of a leader power instead of it being a unit power. But
All my units.
Who
Who sent that? Was it Antonio? I think Antonio sent that in the chat in our Telegram.
I made it.
Did you?
Yep. It's fine. It's okay.
Whoops.
All my fellas.
So the Prophet of Regret can do that, and basically the objective is just to either annihilate your opponent, or if you're like that, you play Capture the Flag, which no one plays Capture the Flag in Halo Wars. Why would you? No one plays Tug of War. There is Deathmatch, which Deathmatch is really fun because there's no upgrades, there's nothing like that, no worry about resources. You just build your base and immediately get to killing each other. It's just warfare. No worries about anything economy related. It's great. But that's kind of the whole gameplay aspect of Halo Wars. There's skulls and stuff that you can find. There's these things called black boxes which is where you find your lore pieces. Aside from that, Halo Wars is it's a very limiting experience when you actually finish the campaign and then play the multiplayer. Like, it gets repetitive really quick is the unfortunate part. Halo Wars 2 I don't think has this problem, but Halo Wars 1 definitely does, just because the scope is actually much smaller than many people who played it as kids who may not have played it ever since might have forgotten about or just didn't realize. But it's still a great game. I still very much love it, and having a 2v2 with you guys would be awesome. But aside from that, I don't really have anything else on Halo Wars 2. I guess surrounding lore would be pretty good to talk about a little bit. But there's, again, if you want to talk about the Prophets, we've already talked about the Prophets a little bit. If you want to talk about the Arbiters, we have a whole episode about the Arbiters that we've already done. I suppose there's not anything that we've talked about with Cutter or Forge or Anders. They're kind of interesting in their whole setup. I don't know much about them right now. I haven't done any research on them. I just know that Forge has a daughter, and Forge's daughter is the main character of a trilogy, and she still hasn't found the Spirit of Fire.
Otherwise, it probably would have shown up in the most recent Halo title.
Oh, you're talking about Halo Infinite?
Yeah.
The game that didn't have the Spirit of Fire or any other main characters aside from Master Chief and Fernando?
Yep.
Cortana was in it.
Yeah, sure she was.
I really
She was in it.
I mean, technically she was.
You just, only directly talks to you one time.
But yeah, like I thought for sure the Spirit of Fire and a bunch of other Halo Wars characters were gonna show up somewhere, but no, that makes too much sense.
What I was hoping, I figured it made the most sense, was they would take an attempt to grow Locke as a character by making Locke and Chief work together along with the rest of Osiris and Blue Team.
He
as
could have had
background.
such
I was
huge-
hoping he was going to be the next Johnson.
Yeah, he could have had such a redemption arc because his character, the concept of his character is cool, just very, very poorly executed. I was really just, outside of like Halo Wars characters returning, even like fighting the Banished, Atriox was cool, but like there was just so many other characters that we should have had, and it just would have made sense. But I'm sure that'll be answered sometime down the road. If they're not doing campaign DLC and they're just shifting focus, there's a lot of rumors right now about them shifting focus to the next mainline Halo game. Don't know how true that is. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm hoping we get more Halo Wars references in the next mainline Halo game. It just makes too much sense, and there's so many good characters in Halo Wars to pass that up.
Especially Jerome, who I would still happily hand the franchise off to. Like Steve Downs finally retires, and
he's not gonna be around forever. So
No.
I mean, you got to find a successor.
give me Jerome and Isabel. They worked so well together. They were freaking awesome. It was awesome. It was great. But we'll get to them when we get to Halo Wars 2. Although he is in Halo Wars 1, it's just he says like one thing. That being, I think, sir. Oh, and also, sir, Professor Anders presents a significant security breach. That's it.
That's it. That's all the dialogue for Jerome.
He tried. But anyway, I'm at a loss, guys. Help me out here or something.
Right before we started this, I'm like, there's only so much we can talk about with Halo Wars. So,
Let's say I've only played the demo, but I've played the demo a lot. But that was years ago.
just buy the damn game at that point. Bro just kept going back once a month to play the demo. Buy the game.
I was a child.
Do what everyone else did and steal your mom and dad's credit card and buy the damn game on the Xbox. Load your Xbox 360 up with some Microsoft points.
I enjoyed life.
I didn't want my ass beat.
I enjoyed living to steal my parents' credit card.
One of my younger brothers took my mom's debit card and bought a bunch of Fortnite skins. Like a lot. And I mean a lot of Fortnite skins. Like over $100 worth.
My brother spent over $900 in BO3 points.
What?
He wanted guns.
That is disgusting.
At the very least, those points do cross over to future titles.
What was it was before
Did
that.
he
but-
blow them all in supply crates?
He
Yes.
did, for
But-
sure.
But
Did he get the guns at least?
I don't remember. But
I mean, there's
Probably
no
not,
way.
but my
There's
dad-
no way.
Here's the thing: Black Ops 3 is one of the worst loot box systems in gaming ever. There are
yeah.
duplicates. There are.
$900, no. He
There-
definitely got guns out of it.
I watched a video where some guy was explaining how bad it was. I forget what YouTuber it was. He was a big YouTuber. He spent $1,000 and he got 3 guns.
What?
That's just bad luck. There's no way.
The odds of
That's
getting
worse
guns
than bad luck.
The odds of getting guns in Black Ops 3's supply crates is obscenely low.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's wild.
Like I think I got 1 out of complete luck. I got the MX Garand,
I got like 3 or 4.
which is like one of the lamest guns you can get.
I know I got the Marshalls. I got the crossbows. I think I might have had one other thing too.
I got the
to go back and
MP.
look.
I got the MP40 and a bunch of other melee weapons.
But what was funny?
The melees were cool.
Yeah, the
my
melee
dad-
weapons were easier to get.
My
The
dad-
actual shooty guns, way harder.
My dad ended up getting his money back, and my brother kept all the stuff he got.
Yeah, because your dad probably just filed for fraud.
Oh, let's just say he was on the phone for a while.
Oh yeah.
You think I would spend that much money on Call of Duty?
Now, speaking of wasting your parents' money, there was one time someone sent me an Xbox message on 360 back in the day, back when I had the earpiece microphone. Those days, and I was just playing a game, and I get a message on Xbox Live, and I'm like, no one ever messages me. Is my YouTube channel blowing up? And so I check the message, and it's like, dude, I'm going to give you 1,000 free Microsoft points. Just enter your credit card info, and it'll get sent to you immediately. I'm like, bet. So I stole my dad's credit card, and I threw the information in. I'm like, all right, I'm waiting. And then I never got anything. Nothing was added to my account. I'm like, must have just forgotten about me. Must have not looked at the message. And then later, Dad's just like, why are there $200 missing from my account?
Way to go. I just looked it up, by the way. The odds of getting a weapon is 0.8%.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm a Warframe player, and I wouldn't come within a few feet of that. Just a few. I would probably do it eventually. But yeah, I think there's pretty much nothing else left to cover with Halo Wars. Short episode, but really good, nice Thursday episode coming up. So, oh well, you know.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Discord.gg/JumperScape to join the community and talk about Halo Wars if you want. I mean, nobody really talks about it anymore except Team Respawn, but they're really cool guys. I want to get them on the show. I should have gotten them on the show. I'll see about Halo Wars too.
Okay.
They've got to be on this. I'm telling you. Patreon.com/JumperScape to keep the doors open and the lights on.
That was a little dramatic.
Thank you. I was trying. Anyway, so thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you guys on Thursday when we reflect. We talk about how things have been, and we tell you some good analytics. Yeah. Bye now.
Sayonara.
The library was produced and published by JumperScape Audio. Funding was provided by our fantastic patrons on Patreon. If you enjoy the show and wish to support JumperScape's future projects or get some sweet benefits, join our Patreon at patreon.com/JumperScape or become part of this truly special community at discord.gg/JumperScape. Thank you for your listenership, and we hope you enjoyed.
The Halo universe is filled with wonder, mystery, and fascinating discoveries around every corner. With so much to explore, four friends decided it was about time that they booted up their consoles and discussed this universe that has grabbed their attention since childhood. JumperScape Audio kindly welcomes you to join them in the library.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to The Library, the show where we talk about Halo lore on Tuesdays. It's Thursday now, so we're talking about community things. Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
It's 1 year later.
What?
On the first week, we had 4 listens.
What?
Four listens.
From 2 people. So those 2 people loved us. Now,
Was one of them you?
No. No, I hate listening to these. I really do. I genuinely despise it. As soon as we're done here, I always delete the files. They're stored elsewhere, but I never keep them. It's something I never want to look back on. But there are exciting things to talk about. There's some stuff to reflect back on. There's some stuff to be thrilled over. Because, I mean, we're talking like how far we've come. But there's numbers to share. There's some good stuff to talk about, and some stuff to reflect back on.
The numbers, Mason. What do they mean?
What do they mean?
So here's the thing. Over the last year, and this is just on Spotify, I could pull up the other analytics. Let me see if I can actually do that, just because that'll be wild. Basically, we'll just take this back to April of 2023, and then we'll take it all the way to April 2024, and we'll apply that. Okay. Oh, man. All right. So the numbers, Mason, what we have done over the last...
Look at that spike.
A lot.
I can't see.
There was
Wait, what's that giant drop, though?
The drop is today because it doesn't update every day. Yeah, you're fine. we're not plummeting in popularity. It's straight up April 21st. We don't have all of the data yet. But
I know that there is a bit of a drop.
What, right here?
Yeah, what's that?
Well, what's
James is spiraling. He said, "What's that? What's that drop?
This is
what
why
does it mean?"
this is why I don't show you guys the analytics because I know what they mean. What the spike means is Halo Infinite did something interesting and people were curious about things Halo related.
Okay.
It has nothing to do. I checked multiple times. Has nothing to do with who we had on. Nothing to do with our topics. Nothing to do with anything.
You see, James, what you can't see doesn't hurt you.
It hurt.
So, since last April, by the way, discord.gg/JumperScape, patreon.com/JumperScape, ko-fi.com/JumperScape, JumperScape.com even. Anyway, the most that I can see here, and it's actually a great number. I'm not gonna lie. I did not know it got, because Spotify only shows me a little bit. In the last year, we have gotten 154,042 listens.
Wow, that 50,000 came pretty quick.
Yep.
Because the last time you told us we just hit 100.
And that's the thing. That was just on Spotify. We probably hit 100,000 way before that.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's been nuts. We've got 8,000 unique listeners.
Unique.
So that's not just
kind.
yeah.
That's like a small college worth of people.
Yeah. Then for actually, this is pretty interesting. For Spotify followers, we have almost 2,300 followers on Spotify.
That's like a big high school worth of people.
And then we have about I think it's over 200 5-star reviews on Spotify.
Yeah, I got nothing for that.
We did get 80 ratings though, since we started being like, hey, ratings would help a lot. People have just been dropping them like crazy. So we got
guys.
lots of ratings.
Remember to rate this episode.
So real quick, I kind of want to go back and look at some of the old questions that we had for like the older episodes and see what answers we had, because we had so many of these. First of all, going back to episode 1, precursors, which love those days of you trying to get a nuke while doing the episode. Never did do that. I'm sorry.
Well, I have to point that out.
I still just
Don't you say a word, Shane.
it's okay, James. I have yet to have a nuke at all.
At all?
Same.
At all.
Same.
I mean, that's not shocking.
What?
Whoa!
What?
Call of Duty's not really your game.
No,
And it never was.
Why'd you direct to me? Point at him.
He's probably played more Call of Duty than you.
I bet I have played more Call of Duty than you.
Probably, yeah.
I put my time into zombies.
But
I'll help you both get a nuke one day.
cool, thank you, man.
I'm good.
Connor was trying with us for a while. I don't know if you remember.
I do.
See, the thing is, I'm not bad at.
The fun thing about when we were on these nuke quests is what would happen is me and Connor trying to get nukes, and Shane would be trying to help us get nukes and be like, "Oh wait, I got my Harriers." It's like Shane, the match just started.
I'd have a Harrier like 2 minutes in. Like, what the?
I'm like, good for you. I give up. God damn it.
It did start becoming relatively spiteful.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm good at it. I just could never get on a streak properly. The highest I ever got was 20, but that's okay. So for the first question we ever did, it was, do you think the Forerunners were justified in killing the precursors? Which just kind of just going off of the answers we've got. For the most part, everyone has not addressed the question at all. One person straight up said, "I don't care. I love Halo."
Thank you, but that doesn't fucking help.
I like that guy. Nice and simple.
The other ones include in episode 2. I'm not going to read all of them, but I'm just going to kind of skim past some of them. The second one was about the Forerunners. Do the Forerunners deserve the mantle of responsibility, or were the humans the right choice from the beginning? Pretty much everyone was like, the humans should have been given.
Humans.
Yeah. The Covenant, which species in the Covenant had the shortest stick? People are still answering this one to this day. They're arguing over whether or not it was the Huragok or the Grunts. The Grunts are winning right now. Skipping ahead a little bit, there is the Didact one. Have you read the Forerunner trilogy? If so, which is your favorite of the 3? Which there is an answer that James gave to this 9 months ago that I cannot read on the air and will never get published.
I forgot exactly what I said.
It was pretty funny, but I cannot.
You can say it and censor everything.
That is true.
I would like to know.
That is true. I'll say it and I'll just censor every single thing that needs to be censored. I liked when the Didact said, "I'm gonna and and then died."
Hey, yo, what? Don't you remember that part of Epitaph?
Is the best part, in my opinion.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh yeah, Shane, you read it?
Yeah,
That's pretty
That's pretty
wild.
wild.
No, I didn't.
It's pretty wild that Kelly Gay would write that.
Yeah, it's nuts. But aside from all that, we've got things like how well did you do on the quiz last week, which a lot of people were like, we did fine on the lore parts. We don't know anything about the behind the scenes, which I didn't realize. What's your favorite machinima? Next guests. Everyone wants Hidden Xperia. I'm working on it, okay?
Yeah, so do I, man.
Listen, here's the thing. He already said yes. He already agreed to it. It's just the guy takes 6 business months to reply. He takes forever. So it's not my freaking fault. But yeah, the show's been going very well. Thanks in part to you guys, obviously. And this show's success led to the random spike, I guess, in popularity that James's podcast, Room 237 Horror Films Podcast, got.
Things.
Suddenly, out of nowhere, 1.1 thousand views on the most recent upload on YouTube. I don't know how. Congrats.
Every single one of those
View-botting.
views are from me.
View bot.
Can someone do that for you, or do you have to do it for yourself?
People can do it for you.
Thanks, whoever did that.
The entire Discord just kind of played it on a loop for a day.
1,000 views, 1 comment. That looks like view botting.
No, it kind of does, but like 1,000 views is like for us that's good, but like it's really like not that much, I guess. To the point where I'd be like, oh, they're view botting. Like if there was
Yeah,
like if
that's
it was
what
like,
I'm
if it was like 40 to 50,000 views and like 2 comments, and I'm like,
Yeah.
botting. But no, like 1,000, no, definitely not.
Yeah, it's definitely not the most popular thing we've ever done, though, because of the popularity of our shows together, the Battle Dudes on YouTube, spelled DOODS,
Yeah.
did pretty darn well and is still doing well. But our Battlefront video that got almost 10,000 views probably has over
It
10,000
does have
now.
over 10,000.
Yeah. What a ride that was.
That was random as
just
hell.
being like, oh.
People found this one.
Oh my gosh, look at that. To be fair, it was a matter of comical genius.
It is peak.
It is really funny. General Gavarius.
General Gavarius. Long live the Separatists.
It's such a good, it's such a
Side,
good
your
video.
drip is weak.
It's so many good moments in there. And Battle Dudes will obviously continue going into the next year.
I just went on my phone to look, and I accidentally spelled it Battle Doofs.
Battle Dudes. We're changing our name. Battle Doofs.
I
said
did not
this
know
to-
we uploaded a video 3 days ago.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, you still tell us when you uploaded sometimes. I have I'm a part of the notification squad.
The thing is
but-
that I used to ask you, but you guys got so good at it. You just started telling me, oh, yeah, I watched it. So I just stopped asking. But yeah, we can watch it before you go.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a really good episode. But yeah, obviously the library is doing fantastic for that reason. And tying into that, we've got reviews to read. Things to address. Which there are reviews that didn't end up on Apple Podcasts that ended up in our Chartable. So we're going to have to do our best to kind of cross the streams here. I don't know if Apple Podcasts does filtering or something, but yeah. Aside from the ones that we won't read, there's plenty of these that just didn't make it through. So let's address them, shall we? First and foremost, I need to actually go back to our show because I just realized I had Room 237 pulled up and not us. Now, that's better. Okay, so there is one that is just random, I think. Best podcast since Business Wars, 5 stars, says Sneaky Sasquatch Lover. Also, good cover art.
Thanks.
Hey.
Shout out to 3 Dots. Sergio
I made it.
Mendoza. What?
Just kidding. 3 Dots made it. He's a great artist.
He's a great artist, and I would say commission him, but he's always so busy with our stuff, he never has commissions open. I think
Whoops.
I'm still waiting.
he's working on it. I know he is.
I know he told me like, hey, I'm sorry for the delay. Yeah, you'll get him soon. I'm
Every
like,
now and then
Sweet.
he gets like it's so funny with him. Sometimes it's like it'll be a month or 2 before it's done, or sometimes you'll ask him to do something and it's done the next day.
Dude, he was really good about all that stuff at first, and now I'm just like, be busy.
Sometimes things just come up. It's just the way of the world. Next one comes from 1111 Wither King again. I guess he updated his. Oh my gosh, it's a long review. He updated this. Wait, wait.
I'm getting some looks from
wait,
Shane, and it's
wait.
going to be a long one.
Wait. I don't know if these are things that I.
you have to question it, probably don't.
There's mentions of improvised explosive devices.
Bring it on.
Obviously, it has to do with being trapped in Shane's garage.
Of course. Why wouldn't it?
Oh no.
You think this is good to go? Do you think this is green, James?
The look on James's face is telling me not. Don't read it.
He's getting through it.
Yeah, I'm going to say don't because James looks shocked. Don't read it. Don't read it.
Very creative. I'm just saying, bro pulled out the Ohio Revised Code.
They're all laughing together.
Shane, I'm going to leave it up to you. Should I or should I not?
Hold on. I gotta read it. Can you turn it or do I need to move over?
You need to move over. If I move this
Hold on, if
thing,
you wanna
if
come
I
over
move this
here.
system,
Yep, I
it'll just
wanna
shut
see it.
itself down. Oh my gosh, this is gonna get packed.
Part of me is like, this is up to you, Shane. But part of me is also like, this guy put way too much effort into this to like
Which one is it?
go unappreciated.
Oh, but don't worry. He put a fucking disclaimer on it.
Yes, we're checking it out. You're getting reviewed by the council at the moment. By the way, if you want to send us stuff to our P.O. Box, that would be P.O. Box 1122 to JumperScape Media in Massillon, Ohio, 44648. Yeah, 44648. I'll double check that in a second when they're done reading all of this. But you've got Shane's.
This is amazing. I want to. This is so good.
All right, Shane is giving me the green.
I say it's good.
This is
Bro pulled out law. Oh my god.
This is Q Dorian from Spotify. Let us out, disclaimer, 5 stars. And I speak on behalf and the Russian Halo Wolf that we want to be let out of Shane's garage. We're out of pizza, moldy casserole, and sushi. We're currently trying to escape using the old PS2 we found in his garage that had Ratchet and Clank that we've been playing for the last month to overheat and blow up the garage door. If you don't see an update soon, please help. Also, keep pumping out Q&As. It's the only way I entertain myself in his garage. Thanks. Disclaimer. Shane Taylor is not truly a kidnapper and should not be investigated or prosecuted over 18 USC Section 1201 to have 20 years in prison per person kidnapped or 60 years in total. He also didn't violate Rule 3717-1-05.5 Ohio Administrative Code by serving or forcing us to eat moldy casserole that could be prosecuted for up to $500,000 never took place. I have also not violated Title 27 CFR Chapter 2, Part 55 by turning a PS2 into an improvised explosive device or IED. I also didn't deal any property damage to Shane's garage. This entire portion was made for comedic purposes only and should be treated as such. So I don't want to be seeing the FDA, FBI, CIA, and ATF at me or Shane's doorstep.
God, that's so funny.
Bro, it.
Oh my god.
Everything.
We gotta look.
Bro did research.
We gotta look up to see if like that's actually like.
I believe him. I believe him. I don't even want to look it up. I just want to believe him.
I'm just. I'd say look one up.
That's what I'm saying. Because like, I'm gonna be much more impressed if that's actually like.
I'll look it up after. That's gonna take time, but I will look that up after. So next up we have favorite podcast, 5 stars from Tank Blitz.
I just want to say, by the way, if that guy did the research, I think you need to like do something with your computer because I guarantee you searched Ohio kidnapping laws. Like,
Might need to clean it up a little bit. Hey guys, I'm coming from Spotify, but wanted to give my short spiel on here to show some support. I had a very unique introduction into the Halo franchise, due to my young age when starting. My father introduced me to Halo when I was 6 or 7. I was born in 06, so that's around 2013. But he didn't want me to experience all the violence in Halo at that young age. Hence, I started with Halo Wars, and I was immediately hooked. After that, I played the games chronologically up until the entrance of the Flood in Halo CE for Flood reasons, until I got older. However, I never really played any Halo multiplayer until Infinite besides the Halo Wars series. I'm big into strategy slash tactics games. But listening to this and Tarkov really got me invested into the franchise, and I wanted to thank you guys for that, with all of your fun shenanigans and exciting ways to introduce lore through the podcast. I've really had a blast listening to this over the months, and I hope you all keep posting into the far future.
Me too.
I never know how to handle these.
that was nice.
Thank you.
That's all I can say. That was nice.
Thank you.
We've got 2 more to read, 2 more to go through, I think. Let me just double check. Yep.
Bring it on.
Yeah, there's another one that's So it's the one that had the cat type out his username.
Oh, that's good.
It made an update again, but I don't think anything is actually different with it. I think it was just reposted or something. I don't know. We're just gonna roll with that. Next up is from Slightly Sour Milk. 5 stars. I'm in the JumperScape sign. It's over there.
We all looked. I looked left and right. I see James and Connor both like peeked their head over where the sign is.
It was behind me. Oh, we haven't put it up yet, so I'm like scared of it. We're not allowed to say that.
We haven't put it up yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said that.
But it will go up very soon. I'll make sure of it. I'll make sure I have the time set aside to put it up.
We have to think about logistics.
Yes. Love this show. Got me into Halo's lore side and made me play every game's campaign. I will never play 5 again.
I will never play 5 again. Play it on easy mode. It's fun on easy mode.
It is really fun. You can play it like the
only
intro
way to
cutscene.
play Halo 5's campaign. Like, just shut your brain off and go ballistic. Don't worry about the story.
I also stole one of Connor's socks.
What? Why? Why do you want one of my socks?
What would be funny if Connor's wait. Yeah, okay, that's enough. What would be really funny if Connor's wearing 2 different socks right now?
Connor, are you wearing 2 different socks?
I totally am.
Look what you did.
What have you done?
I'm not gonna lie. I commonly don't wear matching socks.
It bothers me.
It bothers me if I don't.
If I'm wearing shorts, then I have to have matching socks on. But if I'm wearing jeans,
I mean,
or
do you not
It's
bundle
like-
up your socks?
As long as they're both black, it doesn't bother me.
Do you not bundle them up? Like fold them?
I mean, yeah, but sometimes you lose them. And also, I buy the same socks every time I buy new socks. So all my socks look the same anyway.
Well, if you buy the same socks, then they're just the
But
same socks.
Sometimes, things are dire, and I find one black sock and one black sock with gray toe and heel.
Oh.
And I wear, and I don't care.
Yeah, my socks are like one's an ankle sock and one's like a mid-ankle sock.
That's really screwed up. I would not be able to live with that.
For me, I'm like, I don't understand how that would bother you. Like,
Oh, it doesn't bother me at all.
We've all got those.
But why are you stealing my socks?
Oh, hey, speaking of things that bother people, the weird food stuff, I figured out what my strange food enjoyment is.
what?
So Connor's is salt on pancakes. Someone in our Patreon, I'm pretty sure it's Potassium.
It's Potassium.
Yeah, he loves putting
It's Banana
pepper
Man.
on his vanilla ice cream and Frosties specifically. Yours was
I don't have one.
You don't have one.
I
it has
also
to be-
didn't have
It's
one.
probably something related to hot sauce.
I mean, I put hot sauce on everything, but only things that make sense, like
That's-
food. Like, I don't know what
Yeah?
I meant by that. Okay, like
food.
real
what else
food.
would you put it on?
Like not sweet food that makes sense is what
Okay.
I'm saying.
Well, I
I guess the weirdest thing is my favorite snack when I was a kid was just having a bottle of Frank's and putting it on my chips.
Okay.
Frank's
Okay.
Red Hot.
I thought you were saying you were just
No.
drinking it
No.
straight. I was like, what?
I was about
In
to
college, Ashton used to eat hot sauce with salt in it.
Oh, you mean Ashton, the co-host for Room 237, a horror films podcast available right now, streaming on all platforms?
Yeah, new episodes every Friday.
Yeah.
Just hot sauce and salt?
Yeah,
What?
Well,
I've tried to get her to explain it. All that matters is she doesn't do it anymore.
well, I
I would say I'd like to try. I'm curious.
I do have.
It's basically eating hot sauce with texture.
I
assume how that works.
I haven't done that. Like I haven't done this since I was a kid. But when I was a kid, I guess since everyone kind of has their thing, this kind of came to mind. I basically would eat just normal bread. Like I would take white bread.
You're not that special.
I would take the crust off,
Still not that special.
and I would roll it up in a ball, and dip it in Nutella and eat it.
whoa.
It was actually good. I don't think it's weird.
That's not the most crazy
I think
thing
the
I've
only
heard
thing
of
that's
that.
weird is the process.
No, rolling it up into a bowl. I don't know why I did it.
I bet I can.
I
make
got
you
in an
guys-
argument about Nutella today.
But what was the argument?
It was this girl at work, and she's like, "I like Nutella, but I don't know what to put in." I was like, "Toast."
Toast?
And she was like, "That sounds gross."
Are you?
And I was like, "That's what it's for."
Am I?
I bet I can make you guys hate me.
I was like, "That is what you use it for." Like,
What was she using it on? Was she just eating it?
no, she had these those new Nutella cookie biscuit things.
I mean, that's not bad, but it's made for toast.
I know.
I hate it.
I bet I can make you guys hate me real quick.
Okay, go for it.
So I went through 2 phases.
I hate you.
With oatmeal.
I thought you said with opium.
no, oatmeal. So there's a point in time. There was a point in time where I would just put the water in oatmeal and then just eat it like that.
Oh.
No microwaving. And then there's another point in time
That's gross.
where
No, that's
I would
bad.
eat it without the water.
You just eat dry oatmeal?
Yes.
I've eaten dry oatmeal.
But hear me out. It was the flavored, like the flavored cups.
Yeah.
You guys want to hear something?
Apple cinnamon oatmeal I've eaten.
I've
like this
never
point.
had
Yeah.
oatmeal.
Yeah.
What?
Wait, what?
Never had it.
Why? How?
I don't know. I just haven't.
It's right there.
What's it like?
It's right there.
It just looks like soggy,
right there.
warm cereal.
It's
yeah,
delicious.
That's exactly what it is.
It's actually
delicious.
what it is.
And it's good for you.
It tastes better than cereal. It's better for you than cereal these days.
That's debatable.
I
the
ate a
taste.
bell pepper like an apple.
No, it
once.
definitely tastes better than cereal.
Way better than
What,
cereal.
what cereal we talking about?
The
here?
cereals that are actually good for you and aren't packed with sugar.
Yes.
Okay. If we're talking about
Like
the,
Raisin Bran or like
Raisin Bland is
Raisin-
just real.
I was gonna say Raisin Bran
What
is
kind
bland
of
as fuck.
psycho eats Raisin Bran?
My grandfather.
Okay, under the age of 30.
Yes, Shane?
You like milk raisins? That's gross.
No, I don't like it, but it's something. If I don't have oatmeal, like literally Wheaties or Raisin Bran, like that's literally what I'll eat.
I was the one kid that liked Kix.
Kix wasn't bad.
Kix was good.
Yeah,
Kix was okay.
Wow, I'm surprised. Anyway, listen.
When I was a kid, my dad would make me a bowl of honeycombs and we'd be like,
We are off
honeycombs
topic.
baked."
I just
Yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to
yeah.
say what my freaking weird food was.
let him get it out.
Oh yeah,
Food podcast coming later this
Austin
year.
still hasn't said his
I
thing yet.
don't know if it's actually weird or not, but pineapple on hamburgers. That's
I'm
the
not a
thing.
fan. It's a
real-
Hawaiian burger, isn't it? Isn't
Yeah.
that called a Hawaiian burger?
I don't know if it's that. I just know I only
There's
really
also a bonsai burger, which is pineapple and teriyaki.
see.
in
I
it.
get it at a Mexican joint.
That's terrible.
That does
What?
not
What?
sound like
What?
they belong.
At a Mexican joint.
Don't get burgers at Mexican places.
They offered it.
That's dumb.
I stand by my
get
last
Mexican
statement.
food.
I did, and the burger. What? You really think I'm insulting them by
You're eating
ordering
a
the thing that's on the menu?
You're getting.
I'm not. You're not insulting them. You're insulting me.
You're getting a Hawaiian cheeseburger at a Mexican restaurant.
They don't even call. Like, here's the thing: the ingredients on it don't match with a Hawaiian burger. The only ingredient that matches is the pineapple. Everything else is like they throw on things like queso and salsa.
cheese.
No, no.
Technically, yes.
Can we
Technically, yes.
Can we move on?
Clearly, I've caused a problem.
Let's move on. Yes, he has. Let's
The
move on.
last review.
Yeah, I wasn't phased by your weird food until you said you ordered it at a Mexican
Yeah, that was the
restaurant.
weirdest part of it.
What's really funny to me is you've seen me eat it. It's at freaking Margaritas.
I have.
Yeah, I've ordered it right in front of you. It's
I was probably too
delicious.
busy enjoying my tacos, dude.
They're so good though. They make them
Or my
wonderfully.
chimichanga.
So the last review comes in from Alien Boy. And it's good show, but problem. 5 stars. I don't know if it's the Apple Podcast being weird, but you guys aren't reading some of the new reviews that are popping up. In confused face. It's Apple Podcast being weird. I read every single review, unless it's a review that's a little bit weird. Then I don't. Read
Also, just so you know, sometimes Apple Podcasts will not post your review.
it. So true.
It is
something is a little
moderated heavily. It's not like a
Yes.
comment section.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you
They
if you
get rid
feel
of them
like
a lot.
if you feel like your review wasn't read, it's probably because it got taken down because it was out of pocket.
Yep.
So don't even bother.
So now we've got everyone's favorite segment for some reason. Patreon. Yes.
Oh
You
no!
already know it's-
This is actually growing on me.
Is it? Is
Yes,
it?
it's growing on. Just some of the names.
I have loved the Patreon
Yeah, it's-
section every time.
It's growing on me.
Oh gosh, I'm looking forward to it. All right, so let me make sure that I have a specific thing queued up. Connor probably already knows what I'm queuing up right now, but I think I've got it.
Let me get ready for it.
I think I've got it. I'm worried that I actually don't have it anywhere. I don't think I got rid of the file, but I just don't know where I put it. It's the problem. I can't afford to search for it right now, so I'm just going to roll without it for now. Okay, here we go. Dick Hammerbush. Yeah. Jacob Badlam, Scion Esports, love you very much. Scion Esports is sponsoring us for Stories from Waypoint. And yeah, check out Stories from Waypoint. The new episode should be actually out yesterday, so you got to go check it out. The garage door lock is broken. We can't get out. It's default 456, Dark Salad 42, Dick Hammerbush.
Huh? I mean,
Dong Crowbar Shrub. Halo the Guy. I'm the real Dick Hammerbush, you bastard.
what? How? Huh? Yeah.
Lactating Gator. Mando. Mr. Shifter James Zealot. No, I'm the real Dick Hammerbush.
No.
You're overstimulating Connor. You're overstimulating Connor.
We definitely collabed on this.
They had to have. They had to have. Okay, lost my place for a second there. I'm getting it back. Okay, here we go.
This guy.
Seth Rutherford, Spartan Dave, Captain Varco, UNSC Walk Softly, Cool Blazer, H Goes, Kyle Hooley, Mobag Yallin, Spartan, Hubuko G156, Vermin, Addy Criminal, Austin Special Ungoy Stepchild. Connor Clark, Dylan, Lactating Milk MT, Linda Marie. I love the just normal name. Just in the middle of all this. Mass the Merc 664, The Freaking Batman, The Lactation of Mercy, A Slightly Sucked On Chili Dog, Brennan Pfeiffer, Sky Cairo, Eliza, JX O'Malley, Keith G077, Oddball here, Tyson Rue 88, 1A, we're no strangers to love, you know the rules, and so do I. A full commitment's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from 1B. Any other guy, I just want to tell you how I'm feeling, gotta make you understand, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. 1C, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. They collaborated for that one.
There's been some heavy collaborating with our Patreons.
Aussie ODST, Damian Groth, Dr. Lactator, Fakes McShooty, Zealot, Wart, Ginger Boy Headass. Going on, we know the game and we're going to play it. And if you ask me how I'm feeling, don't tell me you're too blind to see. James is saying Healy Toddler.
He's a youngin'.
Pity 104, Snake M4A1. The Goob. We've known each other for so long. Your heart's been aching, but you're too shy to say it. Inside, we both know what's been. The fact that you guys are doing this is ridiculous to me. Wraith, Connor, I'm the Wraith you saw last night. X3chian, Zengi, Daniel Dumpweed. Fun fact, there's a chronicler who isn't in the Discord looking at you, Snake Nipples. That's the name. Is Kari Keegan. And lastly, but never least, Ungoy Food Nipple. Thank you so much for your presence.
I love how
I was beginning to think, man, I don't ever get targeted in these, do I? But then I also thought they know our recording schedule, so I might have something in store tomorrow.
They've told me they do usually plan things out for your show.
Oh, they have the release schedule down to the minute.
They do.
I felt bad I don't know if it was last time or the week before when I was reading them. Oh wait, it was the time before when I was reading them. I was just like, I was in a mood. I was like, I was really just slogging through them, and I was like, guys, please, I can't do this. Because I kept fumbling on my words. Like some of them were just tongue twisters, and I'm like,
okay, now the time has come. James, Shane, we've had many quizzes amongst our listeners with Connor versus James twice.
I'm the best.
Now,
me and James.
I mean, Connor did win that one time.
yeah, sure.
Apparently, that actual interaction with you going, "What the f*** is going on?" is actually one of the most favorite among the fans.
I was upsetting.
Hey there, Halo fans. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with our friends right after these messages.
Shane, James,
Yeah.
it's your time.
Okay.
You're going against each other
Okay.
in a 1v1.
I got my eyes open.
All right, Connor, I'm going to need you to tell me. I'm going to go to you every time here, unless, it's obvious one of them gets it. Now, James, when you hit your button, you will hear. Shane, when you hit your button, you will hear. And if you get the question right, you'll hear. If you get the question wrong, you'll hear
Social credit
Deducted.
deducted.
so. Either that. Do you want to do that or this?
Kind of like that.
I like the warm. Oh, we haven't been using the Shane being a buzzkill button recently.
What's the shame being? Oh,
The warm. No, it's
just. Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Just I say anything at all. Womp.
All right, are we ready to go, gentlemen?
Sure.
Let me grab one of these sugar cookies again, real quick.
No. Yeah, take your fucking
Nurse, give
time.
me a second, okay?
M key.
Market. I know.
Market.
I know. Okay. Man, those are really good sugar cookies.
They are. They're very good.
Okay. Getting us started now. Who was originally going to take Buck's place in Osiris?
James.
I don't even have the answers read out loud yet.
Do we have to wait for that?
It would be preferable.
He probably
but
knows,
For,
so just
for now.
Is Spartan Thorn?
yeah. Yeah.
I have the answers to read out loud.
I didn't know.
All right, let's wait for the answers because I could have at least
How many answers does each one have? Because I feel like
3.
when me and Connor did it, we just did it.
No, I gave you answers.
I say I would have not.
Okay, because
known.
if we hear the answer, because I could have at least maybe guessed.
So apologies.
Okay.
What is the earliest Arbiter's name that we currently know of? Is it Ursu Labat, Vima Togad, or Jet Lakudmi?
James.
A, Your Honor.
I meant Ursu Labat?
Yes.
I'm getting
That's the only
cooked.
one that sounded familiar.
None of those sounded familiar to me. None.
Vima Togad is the one that fought the saying.
Vima Togad. He's the Togad. We already made this joke. We already made this joke.
He's the
didn't
one
we?
that fought the Sanchum.
He likes toes.
Shoom.
Next, how many Halo games take place in 2552, excluding Spartan Strike? Because it's a technicality and I didn't want to include it. 3, 4, or 5?
Shane.
I want to say 4.
Halo CE 2 and 3, and Reach.
Reach.
Yep. I guess it would have been actually 5 with ODST, but it's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say and ODST, but you didn't. But just
know,
throw me a
My
bone.
answer in my head was 4.
If someone said 5 and called you out on it, we would have,
Who created the Chimera armor? Is it the Forerunners, the humans, or just AI? Whoa.
I think I got shade.
So Forerunners, humans, or AI?
So true.
Oh god. AI.
Good job.
Okay.
I think it was Governor Sloan.
See, I read something.
That's why it looks like garbage.
ass. Listen, I read something very whenever like armor drops, I do a
Yeah.
little bit of lore digging, and that's the only thing that sounded right to
That's
me.
fair. Well, now you're neck and neck, 2-2.
Wow.
Wow.
What
Do you want?
significant thing happened on Alpha Halo before the Pillar of Autumn crashed on it? Was it 343 Guilty Spark fired the ring? A ship of unknown origin crashed on the surface, or the Covenant discovered the ring?
James.
The Covenant discovered the ring.
Social
I meant-
They were already there.
credit
Weren't they already there?
No.
I had a cutscene from Halo 2.
Do
in
I
my
have
brain.
do I have a chance to answer?
Yes.
Okay, so what was the first two?
That was 343 Guilty Spark fired the ring. A ship of unknown origin crashed on the surface.
Was it a ship of unknown origin?
We theorize it was the Endless, but we have no idea
Is this
who was on
brand
the
new
ship.
lore?
No. This is lore from 2000 and
Is this brand new lore? No.
I've just never heard this.
It's like
It's,
that. You remember? Okay, really. Remember Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs?
Yes.
Where she's like, "Can you keep a secret?" And he's like, "No." Just like he's like, "No."
I love it. Hold on. I can actually pause real quick
Please,
to show you
it's-
exactly where. No, not that clip.
Oh damn it! I was gonna say, please pull it up.
No, I'm gonna be showing James the terminal where you get this this little moment here where where we get the ship crashed. I think it was this one. I think. Hold on, let me just confirm that. Yes, it is. Okay, here we go.
It has been 26 hours since the Sentients landed in Sector 1215, and so far, they have not attempted to exit the remains of their vessel. I say remains because their landing was either not executed adequately, or this vessel lacks significant maneuvering capability. The visible portions of the vessel have suffered catastrophic structural damage during the violent landing experience. I have detected atmospheric leaks in 17 distinct locations along the hull. My analysis shows that the mixture of gases coming from the ship matches the natural atmosphere on my installation almost exactly. Perhaps the occupants, if they still live, were originally cataloged here. Perhaps these beings will confirm that the plan was successful, and that the galaxy has returned to its proper cadence. I am beyond optimistic. But I do not understand why these sentients have not attempted to exit their vessel. Other than the leaking atmosphere, the only thing emanating from this wreckage is an automated distress call. I am currently translating this automated broadcast, but with such a limited dataset and no direct communication, I do not anticipate full comprehension. Given the short-range nature of this craft, it is likely that other vessels are nearby. But, in accordance with procedure, I am blocking the distress call. No communication of the location of any installation is permissible. I admit great curiosity about these visitors. While the plan is quite clear about procedure for this situation, I have my doubts. How many failure points can the plan sustain before blind adherence becomes counterproductive? Surely, in light of all that has changed, I should be able to modify my responses to adapt it. No, I have duties. And I have a terrible cargo here. I must be sure. I shall obey and content myself to monitor. I hope they come out soon, though. So many questions to ask. So many questions.
Yep. So there was a ship that crashed, and they never came out, and that was 60,000 years before Chief arrived.
You see, I was thinking immediately before Chief arrived. That's why I was confused. I was, because I don't know. That's just, I was like, I thought you meant like right before.
No, and even then, the Pillar of Autumn was technically the first thing to see Halo. What? Oh, you're ready. Okay.
Yes.
I was just like, he just put his
Are we
hand
doing
on
it
the
first to
table.
5 or first to 10?
You're getting to the end, and whoever wins is a kind of just a...
Okay.
Yeah, there are 10 questions in total. You're winning 3-2. So even if you get, if you get 6 right, we still keep going.
Okay.
Anyway. The purpose of the ring's artifacts, or the ring artifacts on the surface of Zeta Halo in Infinite, those things that you find in the open world, are likely maps, holo projectors, or reverse time locks.
James.
Maps. My brain thought they were portals.
Would it be my sound? Give me my sound.
Oh.
Reverse time locks?
What is a reverse time lock?
I don't know, but I knew it.
So reverse time locks are the things that the isodidact used to kill the primordium. Basically, instead of putting you in stasis, it accelerates time. And the way that they executed the primordial was by making it experience 60 billion years of time in an instant and basically reduced it to ash.
That is terrifying.
Yes, it is terrifying. And the likely reason why they're scattered around the ring is because the isodidact was ashamed and teleported them at random around the ring. Next, Shane is leading by 2. What is the name of the Infinity's sister ship? Is it the Forever, the Eternity, or the Perpetua? Connor?
Shane. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't looking.
Okay. Give it to James, because James definitely had me. Give it to James. He definitely beat me.
Eternity.
Yeah, I looked up at the
It
very
was
wrong
eternity.
time.
Gotta pay attention.
I will say I was lacking on that one.
Remember my kindness. I could have snagged that one.
One
I
job.
had
Tell
that.
me now. One job. Tell me now.
Because like
One
yeah,
job.
like it was decently close, but I still like
No,
was
you
like,
had me.
I was like,
You had me.
are you?
You had me.
I expected-
I couldn't, in my good conscience, go forward.
James is just out here getting screwed over. I
didn't know there
This is
be
the
so
screw
fast.
job right here.
I slipped Connor a $5 bill under the table.
Fun fact, the Perpetua is the name of the ship that they try to find in The Last Sky Marshal. Available. Stories from Waypoint. Check
Yeah,
it
that's
out
cool,
on
man.
all platforms. Stories from Waypoint. I'm advertising our shows, dude.
Oh.
Stories from Waypoint. Last Sky Marshal. Already out. Check it out. Next.
I'm on it this time.
Stop doing that. Stop doing that.
Halo 2 anniversary version of Blood Gulch is called Coagulation, Bloodline, or Hemorrhage.
James.
You said anniversary.
Anniversary.
It's coagulation.
Hemorrhage?
It's bloodline.
Play. I don't know.
Hemorrhage is Halo Reach.
Okay.
I'm my brain was going bloodline, coagulate, blood.
Okay. Neck and neck now, right? Neck and neck, 4 and 4. Yeah,
Wendy's
4 and
4 for 4.
Dude, $5 biggie bags go hard.
444.
Next. Cortana's sister's name is Zainas, Kalmia, or Cortuna.
Shane.
Can you read A again?
Zainas,
And what was B?
Kalmia.
I'm gonna go with Kalmia.
Good job.
I didn't even know she had a sister.
Me neither.
Yes, she has a
here's,
sister.
Here's the thing. I didn't know that. But process of elimination. Cortuna wasn't it. Then it's a 50-50 shot. You just gotta get, if you don't know, guess.
Yep, Kalmia was a other version of Cortana made by Halsey at the same time, and she was left on Reach, and she was used, her data anyway, was used to make the weapon.
That's kind of cool.
Yep.
This is the last question, right?
Yes.
So
This is either for all the marbles or neither of you win anything.
I got a lot to in.
But is there something on the line besides pride?
Yeah, frat pay.
Oh,
I'm here
I don't
for
even
it.
like frat pays.
Oh, you okay?
Well, you can
I
use
win.
the money for something else then.
Okay.
How about this? I'm thinking of something that would be really worth it.
Just read the question.
Chicken sandwich from Bojangles.
Okay.
Have you ever had them?
No.
I haven't, but I want
Life
to.
changing.
I want
Life
to.
changing.
I want
I'm
to.
telling you. Free, dude, the chicken sandwiches at Bojangles, you'll never be able to have one again. Ever. From anywhere else.
I still haven't tried Popeyes, so I can't.
I've had it. Popeyes doesn't even compare. Not even a little bit.
We'll see.
You're going to love it. So, last question. Hurgok or engineers were first supposed to appear in this Halo game instead of ODST. Is it Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 2, or Halo 3?
James.
Combat Evolved. Because I remember looking at the low poly model the other day.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, tiebreaker question time. I can think of them on the spot, I promise you. How much ammo is in the magazine of a Halo 3 assault rifle?
James.
32.
I hate it. I'm so mad. Damn it.
James gets the Bojangle sandwich.
I just thought about Halo 3 in my head really hard to think about what was on the ammo counter on an assault rifle. Well, it's 32 in most of the games, isn't it?
Yeah.
Except for Halo 5 and Halo CE.
Yep. So true.
I'm
sorry,
that
Shane.
stuff.
But
Oh,
hey,
and Halo
that's
Infinite. It's 36 and Infinite, I think.
I think so. It's yeah. Congratulations,
We can
James.
split the sandwich, Shane.
Okay.
It's so freaking good. You're gonna be mind boggled because
Oh, wait, I have had it.
You have?
Yeah, I was disappointed because they didn't have a spicy version.
Oh come on.
That's a big deal for me.
Predictable. But no, I mean, what else are you going to expect? You know, they only offer two things: chicken tenders and chicken sandwiches. That's it. It's amazing. So I don't know if you want to give your free sandwich to Shane. That'd be kind of cool if you didn't like it. You know,
I said we were going to split it, and that's what we're going to do.
Just bring your Red Hot. You know. All right, we're on to the Q&A. And that's going to be it for this.
The qua.
Yeah. And then when we're done with this, that's it. That's the end of the library.
That's it. Thank you, guys.
Show's over.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate the run.
So first question comes from Dataroth Zealot. What's a part, by the way, these questions come in on our Discord, discord.gg/JumperScape. We would love to see you there, and we would love to get your questions because I know that you've got a ton, dude. I know you have so many, Dylan. Like, so many. So get them in there, please. What's a part of a Halo book you found hilarious or has just made you smile? For me, an Envoy, when the Envoy smashes her head and can't understand what the Sangheili are saying, so she just hears wart, wart, wart. That is pretty funny. Honestly, there's a lot of moments in Halo books that are really funny.
I cannot answer this question confidently.
You know,
I can't answer it at all. Shane,
I'm not
so
going to
it's
answer
okay.
it because I'm not able to think of the books really right now. I can't visualize the words very well. So that's up in the air, unfortunately. Halo the Guy asks, describe the smell of the flood. Like
a stench we've smelled before.
I like that.
That's all I got.
No, I'm sticking with that. That's a good one. Chaplain Strife asks, what wine pairs best with Ongoy claws and drier Sangheili butter?
I'd say a Chardonnay.
So fast.
Moscato.
Well, it's light, a bit airy. Goes well with. We already pictured that Ongoy probably tastes similar to shellfish, so it pairs well with seafood.
And what is the Sangheili butter made out of? That's the thing.
I don't want to think about that.
Kyle asks, what is one thing in Halo lore you discovered/figured out on your own that you're proud of? I can answer this immediately. I figured out the whole thing about mendicant bias by myself. I discovered those terminals, including the hidden one on Halo 3 by myself, and that's when I figured out, oh my gosh, there was an AI that caused the flood to take over the galaxy at first. That's baller, and I was like 12.
Yeah, I just found the one elite in Halo 5 who made a poem for Commander Palmer.
Hell yeah.
That's the only thing I ever discovered on my own.
Like lore or just in general?
Specifically Halo lore.
Okay. Well, James, yours really wasn't lore, but
Yes, it is. It's a aspect of the story. Is a real character with real feelings and a real thing that he did. So it's technically lore.
So many feelings. So
It's
many
technically
feelings.
lore.
He's right.
when I was a kid, I looked at a bunch of all the terminals. I found the terminals on my own. Not all of them, but I discovered them on my own.
What about you, Connor?
I'm thinking.
He has this thinking face.
I look to the right. He's just like, oh, he looks red.
He's staring at a light bulb. It's probably hurting his eyes.
I'm hoping it goes above my head. What lore have we learned on our own?
Yep.
God, most of the lore I've learned has just been here.
Well, how much? And did you discover anything on your own where you're like,
I'm trying to think back to.
Did you have a moment where one of us says something on the podcast and then your brain kind of filled it in like, I bet the Didact did this?
I'm trying to think back to my ODST days. Yeah, nothing comes to mind.
Okay. Did you get any of the audio logs in ODST?
I did. I
He
got a few of them.
He learned about Sadie's story by himself. There you go.
Probably.
Micro USB down here?
Do I have a micro USB? Hell no.
Not micro USB. USB-C.
The one plugged into the laptop, which doesn't need it per se, 24/7.
I was just wondering.
Okay. Keith G077 asks, do you think Epitaph gave us any good hints into the Endless? I'd say no, not even a little bit. It says the word Endless a lot, which you could probably be like, oh, the Endless. Wow.
I think it's a stupid name.
It is. Especially since we killed one.
Therefore,
They're not
there's an end.
Darn, another book question.
Yeah, the Endless is Yeah, we killed one in freaking Infinite. They're not that endless, are they? I don't know. I have a whole video coming out soon. I'm excited. I'm dropping a YouTube video, guys. It's going to be great.
Look at him go.
I'm talking about how there's no lore left.
Wait, what?
That means they need to make more. No, like we've covered like a concerning amount of lore to the point where we need to like really buckle down and plan what we're going to be discussing.
And I'm doing. I can guarantee us 300 episodes. I know I can get us that far.
And hopefully by then we'll have something else to cover.
I mean, if we got 54 episodes in 1 year, that would be about 6 years. So they better have a new game out by then or something. Dataroth is back and asks, how do you think the Human Covenant War would have turned out if it was another race other than the elites that split from the Covenant? Well, if it was the brutes, they wouldn't have sided with anybody.
I think it would turn out the same.
I think the only way you get the same result of the war is if the brutes split off because of the chaos that it could create. But
True.
I think that the Kigyar or grunts wouldn't be enough.
Ooh, imagine the drones, though, if they turned. They were the engineers behind High Charity.
What really bothered me, like, and what really bothers me to this day with like the time jump between Halo 2 and 3, it's just in Halo 2 you got hunters, you got some grunts on your side, and then you're none of them follow the Singhili after that.
Nope.
Is there like a canon explanation for that?
In canon, I believe there were still select numbers of them. They just didn't bother adding that in Halo 3, honestly.
That is the answer.
That's unfortunate.
Yep.
Because could you imagine playing the Covenant with hunters on your side?
That would be awesome.
I would love it.
Honestly,
hunters have come to our aid, Arbiter.
after playing, so we had a 1 year anniversary game night. After playing a game mode where it was 24 Spartans against an army of enemies, it was surreal and incredible how much I wanted that to be a real thing in Halo. Bigger battlefield with something that just changes things. That I've mentioned this before, that Halo Infinite, one of its biggest downfalls is that it didn't innovate on anything. Everyone's seen a grapple shot. It's a grappling hook. It's literally in Titanfall 2 years ago. Everyone's seen a dodge. It was in Halo 5. Everyone has seen all the other abilities. And we've seen these enemies before. There's nothing new except for the freaking skimmers and whoop-de-doo, bring back
Flying
the drones.
grunts, hooray.
Just bring back the drones, dude. They already had flying enemies. I love them so much. And the locations, you had a whole Halo ring to play with, and you couldn't go beyond grassland. Like, there's just so much to it. There's just, man, it could have done more, and that's really all I want, especially after El Dorito dropped, which I cannot deny. I cannot confirm nor deny that we own it. Honestly, we can say that we do because we aren't distributing it. But 343 aren't happy about it. They're not happy about El Dorito. Anyway, next question. Face McShooty, Zealot what says, who wins, ODSTs or Helldivers? Stratagems are banned.
Probably ODSTs. Maybe.
I would say
Helldivers don't have shields.
ODSTs.
ODSTs
Helldivers
don't have
are
shields either.
extremely disposable meat chunks that get terrible training.
And ODSTs are basically designed to not die.
I'm
They're
taking
trained to not
ODSTs.
die. I'm saying ODSTs.
Because I don't know if anyone paid attention during the tutorial. It's meant to be your canon like training. It's not very deep. It's literally like, yo, there, you know how to throw a grenade. Now
You're a
shoot
grunt.
your gun. Alrighty, here's your cape. You are a Helldiver. Like,
da 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 da.
it's implied that they die like gnats.
Which is the canon explanation for the reinforcements, because your Helldiver, we will
Your
never.
Helldiver's dead. That's a new
Your
one.
original Helldiver is dead.
Yep.
You will never play as. I'm sure there's some like cracked motherfucker who has not died ever, but I don't like. Majority of players will never play as their original Helldiver ever again.
The analogy that I like to use is Helldivers die like hamsters because they just die from the most random things.
That's a good way to describe it.
I fall from somewhere like a toddler could survive a fall from when I'm 1 HP and I die.
Office
take my picture with.
dudes, take my picture with
It's the hammer.
funny. Office of Naval Lactation
Oh boy.
gosh, asks, what are some of your guys' tips and recommendations for running a podcast? Any of you guys got any tips before I say things?
Make it something you care about.
Be passionate about it.
Make sure that you keep talking. It's something that you're just going to have to learn, and it's not going to be perfect right away.
Do
be
it with
okay with
friends.
it not being perfect right away.
Plan.
Yep. Plan. Do it with friends.
Have an audience in mind.
Yep. Have a target audience is a good one.
Have fun.
Be consistent.
No.
The major downfall of a lot of these podcasts is they'll release one episode occasionally, every once in a while, on a blue moon, perhaps.
Yeah, you can only do that once you're successful.
Yeah, really. Until then, you have to make sure that you have basically the way that a friend of mine who does a lot of this stuff for a living. He basically told me is like, if you set up anything, this wasn't podcast related specifically, but he's like, if you set up anything that's going to be repeating, you have to make sure it's consistent because people are going to come back every single time eventually to see you. And if you're not there, they're not going to come back more than likely. So that's the toughest part is being consistent, but it is very much the deciding factor for a lot of shows. You don't need to be perfectly professional right off the bat. I would say we're hardly there. In terms of our equipment, in terms of our plan, in terms of how our show is structured, we're professional. In terms of us, no.
No, we're not. But that's kind of the charm of us.
Although I do walk into rooms with suit jackets occasionally to feel important.
Good for you.
The Dick Hammerbush asks, Connor, thank you. Boys, I mentioned it, but by the time this gets read, it may have happened by then. But Modern Warfare 2 custom game night?
Depending on like OG Modern Warfare 2?
Yeah, we talked about that one time.
Oh, like the original Modern Warfare 2?
Yes.
Sure, if you want to get nuked.
All right. Well, Shane, if it's happening, you're setting it up.
I will host it.
Go
I will
for it.
host it.
Just
I will
pick a
leave
day
that
and
to you.
put an event up in the event
Yep.
We
tab
could
on the
literally
Discord.
do it like this weekend.
Set it up somewhere.
Yep, I'll mention it.
Caleb Ratman asks, do you think forcing Healy elites could beat a evacuate civilians mission against the automaton's Helldiver difficulty?
No.
Without stratagems?
Without stratagems, no.
Oh, I mean, nothing without stratagems could do it.
Not on Helldiver. That's
Even
a lot
with
of
stratagems,
robots.
I don't think so. It's.
I mean, saying
insane.
Healy would win. Helldivers, there are some Helldiver teams that can go in there without. I'm talking about it like they're actually real. But the Sang Healy are significantly better than Helldivers. So if they had stratagems, they'd probably be like, "What is this?" But they would figure it out.
I like this device.
And he killed 3 of his teammates.
Hey there, Halo fans. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with our friends right after these messages.
Cortana's OnlyFans manager asks,
That is wild.
who would win?
Can I get a discount?
Who would win in a fight? Master Chief or Commander Zavala from Destiny? Rip Lance Reddick.
Never played
No, but I'm
Destiny,
saying Master Chief.
Master Chief.
Master Chief.
L plus ratio. Leave me alone.
What is Destiny?
Turbo Furby asks, M14 or Olympia gang?
Ooh.
M14 game, better points.
M14, way.
M14.
Yeah.
M14.
Yes.
That's
It's
like
about points.
It's
I
about,
will say-
Then again, I never
points
buy
game.
any of them anyway.
I will say Olympia very underrated if you pap it.
it's under.
Olympia is insanely good.
I knife and pistol until I can get a
I
submachine
knife
gun
and
off
piss.
the wall.
I know.
I'd much rather get a cheap SMG off the wall to get more points.
Yeah, that's. I honestly sometimes I just pistol and knife. Sometimes you get lucky and you get a max ammo pistol and knife all the way to the box.
Depends on the map for that one.
It does depend on the map and where the box spawns if it's a random box spawn.
If it's Minecraft Tower Survival. What the heck asks, how long would Master Chief survive in hell from Doom Eternal? I mean, probably a long time.
A decent bit of time.
Not as long as Doom Guy.
Honestly, I think Chief could kill Satan at least once.
At least once.
Yeah.
But he don't got the special sword.
He could get the special sword.
Off a Doom Guy?
Sure, why not? Just ask it for him. They're
does it
obviously
do-
going to be
they're,
friends.
they're both in the Microsoft canon at
They're
this point.
obviously going to be friends. They're going to be friends.
Let's say he's gonna have to borrow it, not just take it.
He's gonna have to borrow it.
Flyboy Pfeiffer asks, where did all the original Bungie creators go? They aren't working on Destiny. Did they all retire?
Fired.
Well, that's not true. There are still people in Bungie working on Destiny. There's one guy, I think his name is, it's like Sky.
Does Minecraft?
No.
Shut your mouth. I'm like,
can't-
James won't. I'm like, he won't say it. He did.
There's a childhood flashback for me.
I can't remember his name, but he was a guy who was in charge of a lot of, I think, art. I can't remember for basically Halo 3 and onward. But he jumped on to Destiny with the rest of Bungie, and he's still there right now. I don't know. Bungie employees, I've checked up on a lot of them, seeing where they're at. Some of them started their own studios. Some of them are working in other
There's a
studios.
tag title match going on right now.
Whoa. Some of them are just kind of retired by now. Marcus Leto is currently considering retiring, which I don't know. I want him to come back, but I understand. He's an older fella, and he's got a lot of games underneath his belt. So if he wants to retire, that's up to him. But yeah. Slapnuts asks, are there any characters in Halo that you guys would want to see their story expanded on, be it in a novel, film, or game?
Not a novel or a film.
Okay.
In a game.
George.
An origin story, I guess in terms of like, if you could make like small spin-off games, I guess, like an origin story for like past characters in general would be cool. Like I'd like to see, origin story for Noble Team, and like I know we know a bunch about it, but like being able to play through a lot of the events before Reach. Origin story for Locke would probably, I mean, again, we know a lot of it, but being able to play a lot of this stuff would be huge.
I have an idea.
Mr. Krabs.
You call it Halo War Stories. And it's essentially
I don't think DICE would be okay with that.
Battlefield 1.
it's essentially
No,
just
right.
with more missions than like what, 5?
5, yeah.
A bunch of just Halo anthology missions.
Following one.
Halfway through the campaign, you all of a sudden are a gun-toting Australian Marine.
Yes. Be chips.
That
you
would
could
be awesome.
go across all different species, bunch of unique gameplay, and this is how you do that multiplayer with different with different species as different like reinforcements and stuff. Okay.
That's a system I've been designing for it. I can't say that. I can't say that out loud. If I say that, then I'm gonna screw some things up for a team. Don Lays in Connor's Attic asks, non-Halo related question. Have you guys seen Joss Whedon's space cowboy show Firefly starring Nathan Fillion?
No.
No, I haven't.
What?
I'm sorry. You look at us like we are avid TV watchers.
I'm not. I just love Nathan Fillion.
I know. So if anyone's going to see it, it's you.
Well, Firefly is baller, and it goes against pretty much every normal TV show trope. So you should watch that. Also, the entire cast of ODST is just Firefly characters. Like
I knew that.
Bungie loved Firefly. So I'm like, well, why do they love Firefly? So, that's why they like Firefly so much. It's kind of what happened with me. You guys should watch it. And if you don't worry. We can set up a watch party. We can watch the first episode and then you can decide from there. You're going to want to watch it after you watch the first one, though. Just warning you. Scar asks, I do not know or remember if this question has been asked before. We don't care. We're going to answer all of them. Which armor core armor are you guys using in Infinite right now?
Mark 7.
I think I'm also using Mark 7 as of the other night.
Mirage.
I switched mine to whatever the blue armor was.
That's not the core.
I know it's not. I know.
It's Mark 5B. I remember seeing
That was
that.
Mark
Okay, he's
5.
wearing Mark 5B. Hell, thank you, James.
I said that to throw hints out there.
And
Y'all knew what I
am
meant.
purple.
I am white and green. Batman the Famished asks, oh wait, never mind. It was not for the Q&A. He just commented on the channel and I didn't mark it as a read. Ugh, I hate it when that happens. Dawn Spartan 1337 asks, when or if any of you guys have kids, what age would you let them start playing Halo at? Personally, I started playing Halo at age 5 after watching my older brothers play, and I've been addicted to the series ever since.
Probably around 7 or 8 because they're rated M. I mean, there's the Flood. Like there's gore, but the language in Halo isn't that bad. So yeah, probably like 7 or 8. About around when I started. Otherwise, I'd feel like a hypocrite.
I would say as soon as they can comprehend death, I'd be able to consider it. That'd be the best. Because here's the thing. I was not allowed to play violent video games when I was a kid. I wasn't allowed to play Halo until I was like 9 or 10. And I wasn't allowed to play Call of Duty until I was 16. It was just that kind of environment. I have no problem with it. I'm fine. But basically, my mother didn't want me to be shooting at fellow human beings. She wanted me to be killing aliens. And so she was cool with Halo. And I don't think I'll go as far as 9 or 10, but I don't know. It really depends because they're going to be, my kids are probably going to be playing games, not right off rip. I want them to not be addicted to games as soon as they come out the womb. So that's me and Shane's plan. What about you guys?
I don't know.
Okay. Connor, what about you?
Give it good old 8.
8. Solid.
No
Solid.
reasoning, just 8.
Just when can I play Halo? Dad? 8.
Why? I don't know.
8. Fix McShooty is back. What are the wonders, mysteries, and fascinating discoveries within the Halo universe that you find around every corner? The library? I don't know.
That's such an odd question.
Well, no, that's because it's from our intro. It's Halo's universe is filled with wonder, mystery, and fascinating discovery around every corner. With so much to explore, 4 friends decided it was about time that they boot up their consoles and discuss this universe that they have done since what is it? That they have
that has grabbed their attention
since childhood. JumperScape.
These are our stories.
These are our Halo adventures.
All right.
In the FBI, there's a part of the FBI called the Spectrum Victims Unit.
What? What are you saying right now? What?
These are their stories.
Oh, okay. Law and Order. What is it? Something Division.
That was like Special Victims Unit or something like that.
Special Vision. Yeah. Only a few questions left. First, from Flyboy Pfeiffer, can you think of or know of any real life technologies that were developed or that are currently in development because the inventor played Halo?
No,
not directly.
Halo is 500 years into the future. Honestly, it's honestly the other way around. Stuff in Halo is inspired by what we currently have today. Not all of it.
Well,
some.
I can understand the question. Is anyone trying to develop Halo tech?
No, I understand it.
Yes, there is. One guy confirmed.
What's he making?
Installation 00.
Oh, the armor.
He's making and here's the thing. You know about he's told us about his ODST armor project.
I keep seeing his posts on Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah, he's straight up looking to make practical armor with the ODST design in mind and make it actually applicable to military use, because he's just like, there's certain things in Halo that are actually possible in the modern world that we should be doing because it's not that hard, and he's looking to prove that. So I say installation 00. However, there are people who have been designing armor, like modern armor, that they've made claims are trying to mimic Mjolnir. But that's not happening, obviously.
Boy, what's that DOD money?
Next, Smokey the Appalachistani? Yeah. I'd like to know why Lasky was so unremarkable an officer during the 27 years of war that he only ends the conflict plus 4 years after as a commander. But seeing that he was an aviator for a time, it would be cool to get a quasi-BSG Halo story about a longsword or broadsword or pelican squadron during the conflict, even if they all die before Reach, sort of Battle of Britain style, one by one. Died one by one. He's a commander because he didn't move up.
He's also a commander on the most important ship in the UNSC fleet.
Yep.
Just saying.
It's an important clarification there. He started as a cadet in Corbulo, and then he became the commander of the largest ship in the UNSC fleet. And then as for the story about a longsword pilot or broadsword pilot, I want to write that. I've been wanting to for a long time. 343, hit me up. Last question. Don Spartan 1337 asks, "What are your guys' favorite episodes from Halo Legends?" Mine is The Duel and Odd One Out. The prototype, and the babysitter.
I was a ghost.
I like the prototype in the duel.
The Duel.
I like the duel and the babysitter.
I have to say the duel. I like that one.
Any others?
I remember the duel.
Oh.
I remember.
The duel would be a perfect short if it weren't for the art style.
The art style is what makes it work, though. Like,
Here's the thing.
It's hard to tell what's going on. That's the only thing.
In some shots, it looks like the most beautiful painting you've ever seen. And in some shots, I can't tell where some characters start and others begin.
The Sing Healy wife scares me.
Yeah, and that too. She looks like Rango's wife.
She does. Yeah. No, I made that joke.
Made.
Yeah. No, my God. It was like, it's scary. It's scary.
So, gentlemen, that's it. That's the first year with the library.
Thank you for being a part of
you.
our social experiment to see how fast we could grow a podcast in a year. This was the end.
Thank you for being a part of our great
Discord
journey.
shuts down tomorrow. So
Oh my God. You're going to scare everybody.
I'm kidding. Why? I'm kidding.
Hang on, James.
I'm kidding.
I'm going to put a GIF in the general chat. They're not going to know why I'm doing it, but I'm going to just... there.
I was just going, no.
Just out of nowhere, no context, just that
We all
GIF.
got to send it. Hold on. Wait, I'm going to copy it.
Do it.
Connor, do it.
You see, if you want to know what we just put in the general chat, guys, you're going to have to join the Discord, discord.dg/JumperScape.
You know what's funny is once we all send it, they're all going to be like, oh, they're planning something.
They said, who made Austin angry this time?
I copied it.
Thank you, Connor. Ian says hi. This is great. It's been a wild year. It has been a absolutely incredible year. Lots of growth from out of nowhere. Offers from Simon & Schuster, our first sponsor, officially. It's been insane. After 1 year, they want no more. Mass is on it. And then there's Shane. Thank you for completing the circle. Oh, gosh.
I feel like we just gaslit the server. I feel like some of them are generally going to be like, what's going on?
Just don't
say a thing. Just stay quiet the rest of the day.
There's gonna be
They'll know, and they'll all be like, oh.
there's gonna be people who are like tens of episodes behind.
Oh no. But yeah, it's been a wild year. It's been super fun. It can only go higher from here.
I hope so.
The goal right now is to get the proper video set up. It's going to take a bit because of the trip to HCS. It's very expensive. But we're going to get a camera. We're going to work on getting this studio completely finished up so we can actually do video podcasts properly. And we'll keep on developing stuff, making it the way that it should be, professional. And of course, if there's anyone out there currently who, let's say, you might be interested in hosting your own show, I can't give you that. But if you have a little bit of a nice microphone and you have a little bit of an interest in Halo, I'm currently looking for a couple hosts for a certain project that I will not divulge until you message me. So you're going to need to DM me on Discord. So you're going to have to join that Discord server and then DM me, and then we'll talk. But, I'll only give you details then. So, hit me up quickly because these spots could go quick, very quick. Aside from that, you can look forward to a new show coming up soon that we didn't talk about on the roadmap because we weren't sure it was going to happen. But our good friend Shane is going to be hosting a show soon.
Oh, we're ripping the Band-Aid off on
We
that.
are.
We're announcing
Yeah.
it.
Not officially. We can't say any details.
Okay, no, I'm not going to.
Don't do it.
I'm not gonna.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
But yes, it's our very first limited series.
It'll be a limited series, 8
Limited.
episodes.
It'll be so high quality because
Liminal.
of that, though. We're gonna
edition.
No,
we're gonna put so much effort into making it a properly structured show instead of just a throw it at the wall and hope
Yep.
it sticks.
It'll be 8 episodes, but it's gonna be a quality 8 episodes, and there are some good surprises you guys will have.
Yes, it's gonna be great. And Connor, he's got nothing.
I mean, he said he'd be there too, so
Yeah, Connor, do you want your own show someday?
Like I can do a limited series,
Dang.
but my own show. We'll see.
Wow.
We'll see what pops up.
You don't want to commit to a podcast with no end date in sight? I love room 237, by the way. It gives me a reason to just keep watching spooky movies.
I thought he was going to say it gives me a reason to be alive.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's been a great time. It's been awesome watching this server
You're really
grow.
dragging us out, aren't you?
Of course I am.
I'm trying to watch wrestling.
Well, then go watch wrestling. I'll say goodbye to these people. I don't need you here.
I want to say goodbye too, so hurry up.
Well, I guess I'll cut my whole speech short. That's fine.
No, you're fine. You can.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Speech. I thought that would start something. I'm sorry.
It has been a year. A very, very fun year. Last year, the Discord was empty. Now it's got almost 600 members. We've got people from across the community in there. Halo follower joined. Installation 00 is in there. We've got freaking Clutch in there, just joined. Such a great community filled with all sorts of people that are down to talk anything Halo, talk anything gaming, talk anything at all, really. And it's a perfect place to just kind of be yourself. There's no worry over the typical internet being the internet. There's no people getting angry at each other. Literally in the rules is no bad vibes. You are not allowed to show up and be a person carrying bad vibes. We like to have fun. Here's what we live by.
And it's broad enough that we can use that for many different reasons.
Exactly. So Shane, thank you for the key phrase that has defined our server.
You're welcome.
Yes, we like to have fun here.
We do.
We like to have fun here.
So whatever is coming up next, we've got a lot on the horizon. Stories from Waypoint will continue. The library, of course, will continue for another year. Who knows how long it'll go, but we hope to see you guys at HCS Worlds this year as part of that whole plan. And we've got James's show, Room 237 Horror Films Podcast, still going, and it will continue going, as he said, into the unknown future.
I'm getting all existential.
We've got Shane's limited series coming up, and then we've still got work being done on Project Ivor. It's taking a long time to get it done, but it's going to be great when it's out. You're going to love it. And then Tarkov: A Halo Story Season 2 dropping in November. That's also being worked on, and let me tell you, composers are expensive. But it's totally worth it. So anyway, gents, are there any last things you'd like to say to our audience about all of this stuff before we head off to terminals to talk one-on-one with our patrons and talk about how much they saved us?
I love you. Stay tuned. We're just getting started. I love you.
Connor, you got anything?
Come again next week.
Wow.
That was so corny. I liked it.
Come again next week. Okay, yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you guys next week when we talk about Halo 3 ODST. And yeah, it'll be a great time. I'm looking forward to another year of the library. We like to have fun here. See you next week.
The library was produced and published by JumperScape Audio. Funding was provided by our fantastic patrons on Patreon. If you enjoy the show and wish to support JumperScape's future projects or get some sweet benefits, join our Patreon at patreon.com/JumperScape or become part of this truly special community at discord.gg/JumperScape. Thank you for your listenership, and we hope you enjoyed.